2 months without my stereo headphones. Do you know I've been going to the gym feeling clueless sometimes?
Well, you don't have your AirPods or?
No, I do.
Oh, okay.
But it's just different. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm doing
Especially when they fall out as well. It's like, brother,
do you know how clumsy I look?
Yeah.
Like, and I was, even today, I was doing, what was I doing? I was doing my single leg RDLs, yeah? And I went down for my last one. I was on 9. And it just wobbled out. And I was like, oh.
You know, you just like end the set here, man. Even if you've done 2, end it here, man. End it here.
Bro, I was like, these AirPods, yeah. I need to either get the new ones or I need to change the little gel squiggly thing or whatever it is that, you know, sits in your ear, because I don't understand how it's just falling out sometimes. It's actually very
I need to
annoying.
get those ones. You know those ones that wrap around your ear.
But then I look too serious.
I don't care, man.
Nah, man. I look like, you know those guys in those Peloton adverts?
Yeah.
Come on, guys. And he's got all the thing around his ear.
Nah, but like,
Or I look like a African Uber.
yeah, if you have one. Yeah.
Hello, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm at the junction. Can you come up because there's traffic.
Yeah, no, that's
long,
old
bro.
school, man.
That's way too long, man. I can't be doing that.
Cool.
But what are you saying? How you been? How's your week been? Let's start with that, actually.
It's been long, but it's over now, so.
That's the side of someone who's had a bad week.
No, it hasn't been bad.
It's either it's been a bad week or you've just been like, yo.
No, last week was worse, but this week's been like, it's over now. But I'll be real, I've been fasting, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's been.
Is that why you just had your fruit and.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, okay. So to what time? 6?
Yes, it's. So I broke it then.
Okay, that's all right then. Fasting in this weather?
Bro, battered me.
You know that's it's like, they don't even say what.
But I feel like fasting in summer's worse.
Nah.
Like hot, dehydrate.
I hear
If
that.
you're doing a dry one, I guess.
Yeah, but obviously you're drinking water, innit?
No.
Oh, you're not?
Yeah.
Oh, you're just...
Yeah.
Yeah, but even still, you like...
Just be a chewing gum.
Yeah, but even still, like now, it's calm, you're cold. There's nothing for you to... Do you know what I mean?
For you to what?
Like, at least in summer, there's always like, I could do with a young juice or a nice cool drink to cool me down.
Yeah, so I'm
whatever.
saying it's worse than summer.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right, to be fair. But even
'Cause in
still,
winter,
like,
it's like,
now you're just depressed and you're hungry.
Nah, that's real. Because you know it's like dark at 4.
It makes no sense, bro.
And I feel like, and it's made me realise as well, when you're bored, the way food just comes to your mind, like, because I'm at work, you know when you're working, you work maybe for like, let's say you do 3 hours straight. You just want to snack on something.
That's
like,
insane. That's actually insane.
No, when I've been fasting, like, because you're not eating, innit? Like,
I will tell you this now, and I don't even care who's listening. I have never worked 3 hours straight in my life.
You're working hard enough, man.
No. I'll be like, it'll be a day where I can be doing I'm not working 3 hours straight. I might get a young 90 minutes straight, and then I need to take a break. But 3 hours?
No, but me, I know how I am. If I keep stopping, there's certain things I can do in an hour, but there's certain things, if it's like a big task, I need to just lock in, go, keep my flow. Because if I stop flowing, and I know how I am after lunch, I do my worst. That's a worst piece of work.
You see that 1:45 to 2:15? Oh, when the food is
go
digesting.
home.
The food is digesting. It's just saying, yo, it's like when you have a nice lunch, and you come back to the office and it's time to do work. It's like the food is whispering in your ear, hey, why don't we just, like, chill for a little bit, bro?
Let's go again.
Let's go. Like, I could do with a nice little sweet something.
Yeah.
Or let's go get a coffee. Or, just chill out for a bit, man. Just relax.
And you just like sit down in your chair after you've been like laughing with your colleagues, like, you're just like,
and then it's like one yawn. That one.
nah, man. So that's another good thing. Like, since I've been fasting, like, I don't even take lunch breaks. Like, I take the break in terms of to do something else or just to chill.
Or to like, walk or whatever. Innit?
Yeah, but I don't really like. Sometimes if I have like so much, just bang it out through the lunch break, finish early.
I can't lie. It's even when I have bigger tasks that I take more breaks.
No, I hear it though.
Because for me, it's not even just about like my concentration levels or all that type of stuff. It's just like, if there's a task and it's like, say it's task size 10.
Yeah.
I need to chop that up into 2.
Yeah.
Just so then it's like, okay, cool. Do that little milestone, 15-minute break, 10-minute break. All right, cool. Let's go back. Milestone again. That way. Because for me, it just makes sense.
Yeah, I hear you.
I can't whack out 2-3 hours. You must be having a laugh, bro.
No, I have to.
Maybe it's us tech heads.
No, because like with finance, because like it's a system, there's someone else who's relying on me, so I can't just like leave it.
Oh no, these guys relying on me too. But...
No, I'm saying it's in that same day, that same hour. There's always something. So if you like leave it, Because, like, you know, there's always something to do. So if you just leave it for a bit, go for a break, when you come back, they're going to start belling off. And I'm the person, I don't like working under pressure. I can do it, but I choose in every circumstance not to do it. So, like, if I can avoid working under pressure, I will not work under pressure.
I hear it because, you know, comfort, innit? You don't want to just be...
No, I just don't like panic energy, because when you have your panic energy, you put that on me.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, you want to work in a relaxed kind of... There's things to do, but, you know, it's not necessarily now.
Yeah, because that's when I'll start, like, cutting corners, and then now I have double...
You better than me. Because when... And this has happened before. When people try to, like, panic and trying to stress what I'm doing and say, yo, we need this now, we need this now. I'm gonna put my feet up a little bit. Only because, I only do that if I know I can do it, and it's like, bro, you're doing the most, like, chill.
That's there's discernment in that as well. Some people, they just, like you would think it's a pressing task, and you know when you realize, like, a week later, like, I don't have to work that hard, man.
Bro, the sprint just started. Why are you stressing now? It's not gonna end for another 2 weeks.
And now you're burnt out, and then, like, it's a Wednesday, and they're asking you again. You're like,
I'm not involved, bro. I'm sorry. I'm telling, like, literally, bro. Sometimes at work, and I can say this because, like, you know, I'm not one of and you'll know me as well. I'm not one of these people where it's like, I'll come to work and just banter and mess about, whatever.
I said I'm not a personality.
Huh?
I said I'm not a personality.
No, like, I'm saying, like...
I really want to be one day, man.
No,
I really want to be one day, man.
What?
A personality hire. I'm here for morale.
Exactly, bro. I'm like...
That's a lazy man's dream.
Like, I can do my job well, like, really well. So it's like, when people are stressing me, I'm like, listen, it's not that deep. We can all just take 5. Yeah. I even say it to my colleagues sometimes, even my new colleagues. I'm like, look, as much as I don't take annual leave and all that type of stuff, when I'm working, just know I'm stretching that day out. I can do this. I can probably do this task in the morning. Like, there's a task that I got yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I was in the office. Finished one of my tasks from Friday, so last Friday. Finished that in the morning. Just before lunch, got a new task, and I was like, oh, okay, this is all right. I just need to watch one YouTube video to learn a new language, whatever. And I was like, okay, yeah, I can, if I really needed to, I can whack out this whole ticket in this day. And to be fair, I basically did. But I was even still like, you know, I couldn't do it with a hot chocolate. Do you know what I mean? I went downstairs to the little shack thing, and I was like, I was just bantering with the barista. And then she gave me one billionaires or millionaires hot chocolate. Oh. And I was just sipping. Went back upstairs, had a young Biscoff. You know, the little Biscoff biscuits. Came back to my desk like 30, 40 minutes later. Whacked it out. And then now this morning, it's like, bro, I can leave this until like Wednesday. And then it'll be like, okay, like, are you done with it? Type of thing. And that's the way I operate. Yeah.
Knowing the real deadline, there's the deadline they tell you, and there's the real deadline. Knowing which one's which.
The only one is that this task the quicker it's done, the better, because it's blocking 2 other people from finishing their tasks. Yeah. Not because of me, but just because I need to solve this problem, and it seems like I might be the only one that can solve this problem. So it's one of those things. But yeah, man, a little different intro to the pod. Hope you guys are doing well. You're locked in to another episode of the Outchea Podcast. But before we get started into what we have planned today, and today is going to be a bit movie related. So, you know, grab your popcorn, grab your nachos, your chicken dippers, your maybe
dippers.
all of that type of stuff. But before we do that, make sure you subscribe. You guys have been running up like crazy on the YouTube. Let's get to 1.5k before the end of the year. I think it's very doable.
Very doable.
It's very, very doable.
In fact, I'll be disappointed if it's not done.
First episode of the new year, Jason is going to be like this.
I'm just going to be screwing my face.
Arms folded and everything. I'm going to say, and we're here, niggas just going to kiss his teeth. But yeah, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Follow us on our Instagram as well. You got some hit blunts for today, yeah?
Yes, sir. I'm just putting them all in one place. The first one is, if hair had nerves, haircuts won't exist because of how painful they would be.
True, you know.
And think about how much hair we shed.
But just even mad, like, even, you know, like...
How retwist would be hell.
Who said it's not ready? Who said it's not ready? Bro, I can feel every single dread. Like, even when I used to, before the dreads, when I had it just twists. Yeah. And then I used to blow dry my hair. And that is just long, bro.
But imagine the nerves
Exactly. Imagine blow drying your hair and then there's nerves.
But that would also be...
That just feels like you're burning.
No, but if people touch your hair at work, that's a hate crime.
What?
Think about it. Because they know it causes you pain. Oh, your hair is so...
Oh, so it's like, oh my gosh, your skin is so dark. Like, is that what it's like?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's actually crazy.
That's a hate, yeah, man.
I've actually had someone say that before though.
What?
Like, can I touch your hair in the office?
What did you say?
I said no.
Fair enough. Was it awkward after like?
Huh?
Was it awkward after like?
No, they're like, why not? I said, I just don't like people touching my hair.
Fair enough.
And she's like, oh yeah, like it's because I think that was in my old place, and I think that was third year, because second year was basically COVID.
Yeah.
It must have been either third year or very late first year.
Oh, so she just like just met you kind of thing.
Yeah, like after like building a rapport last month or so.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Oh, so she thought, yeah, I got him now. This is the real test.
I said I'm allowed now.
Do you think they do that to like kind of see like what type of
black are you?
Yeah. You know with principles.
Or are you gonna? I keep it real. you know that Dave Chappelle skit.
I was even. I was. You're dumb. Keeping it real goes wrong.
Just ready to crash out immediately.
Or like, are you one of those ones who's like when the white man says jump, you're like how high type thing?
Oh no, I'll never do that because the reason why I'm not like that is because obviously I have sense.
Yeah.
But then also at work, I'm a very firm believer of listen, we're all adults, exactly. And that's why managers can never like if a manager ever tries to shout at me or do authority, I'm like, bro, like we're probably not even too far off in age. Yeah. Like, or even if you are much older than me, bro, I could be your son. Like, just chill. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. But no, like for me, it was just like I keep it balanced. I can be buddy with these guys, but they all know that like there's certain things I stand on. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like one time, someone tried to make a Christian joke. I was like, hey. We don't play like that around here, buddy. We don't like. Yeah. I know what you're trying to get at, but we don't. Don't business. What about you?
So what?
Like, if you say jump, yeah.
No.
Okay, fair.
But I think it's just like making sure you have that like boundary in place. Like, just remember, this isn't your parent, your auntie, your uncle. I don't care if they're black, white, they're nice to you ever. Just making sure that you understand that, because if the minute they know, they'll start taking advantage, doing all types of things. And
you know, it's even with other black people. As much as whenever I see them in the workforce, yes, brother. Do you know what I mean? Like all the black people I see it whenever I'm at work. I was about to say where I work. Whenever I'm at work, whenever I see black, obviously nod, whatever. And it's nice because now I'm in like the corporate world, like the big corporate world, and I'm seeing blacks just from like I say blacks, that's crazy. But I'm seeing black people that are just like here working. I don't even know if they work in the same office as me, but it's a nice little nod and smile. Even the staff, the entrance staff, like the receptionists and all them type of, always talk to them and whatever. However, what you have to realize is that, and I'm not saying this from a crabs in a bucket type mentality, but it's like, even though you can relate and have that common ground because someone's black, doesn't necessarily mean they're like a cool people.
Yeah, all skin for cake kinfolk. So.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's not someone that you can immediately confide in and that's my guy and da-da-da. You still have to know that person. Yeah. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
So they just snake you out and you be like...
Exactly. Before you're talking to Samuel Jackson and Django. They think you get called into HR. Like, what would I even do?
Dude. Cool. The next one is... Okay. The amount of idiots in the world is directly proportional to how intelligent you are.
Say that one more time.
The amount of idiots in the world is directly proportional to how intelligent you are.
Because...
Like, the smarter you are, there's more people dumber than you.
But just because someone's dumber than you doesn't necessarily mean that you're an idiot. However, if idiot was if stupidity or just idiot traits of an idiot were like a coin. Yeah. Let's say $1 idiot.
It's a $1 idiot, yeah.
It'd be higher than Bitcoin. It'll be sky high, bro.
Have you ever realized like you know when you become an adult, you're like, wow, like you know when you're young, you think like, wow, adults could just do so many things, and then you just enter certain spaces like, this guy is a
bro. When I was younger, and this is for everyone, we always thought like I can't wait to be an adult, have my own money. Yeah. Like adults know everything. They don't know nothing,
They're
bro.
grown kids sometimes, man.
There are some people that are just big kids. Like, you're just here because of age.
Like, have you seen an adult throw a temper tantrum?
Huh?
Have you seen an adult for a temper tantrum?
No, I don't think so, you know.
But you know when they start doing child, I'm just like,
I've seen...
bro, grow up.
Yeah, I've seen adults be childish, bro. Hey, talking about getting the people going, let's talk about Gladiator.
Are you not entertained?
Bro, I can't lie. I thought he was going to drop that line, you know.
He should have.
He shouldn't have.
Continue. Sorry, intro.
No. What? You saying he shouldn't have?
No, intro.
Anyways, Gladiator 2 came out.
Because I don't want to start off with hate.
No, but Gladiator 2 came out, and obviously starring Denzel Washington and starring South London's very own Tom Mucci.
Yeah, what else was that?
Bro, let's just give a round of applause for Tom Mucci, because I put this in my letterbox review as well. I am so happy for him, because from when the guy was making skits with that Demi Lade guy, they were so funny, and then obviously he transitioned into doing a bit more BBC Three stuff, and then now casting alongside Denzel Washington. Do you know who Denzel Washington is? Like, nah, Tom Mucci.
Quick question.
Props.
Quick question. Leonardo DiCaprio or Denzel? Because low-key, it's closer than you think. Like,
It's definitely closer.
because Trading Day, Man on Fire,
Why compare him?
Equalizer,
Bro, but then you've got things like Catch Me If You
Malcolm
Can,
X,
Titanic,
Malcolm
Shutter
X.
Shutter Island.
As a
bro.
black man, are you going to deny Malcolm X?
Inception.
He played a slave master, brother. That's what you're arguing.
Oh, Django.
Yeah.
Hey, but he played that role. He played that role well though. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I said, damn. Django.
That's it.
No.
That's
But
crazy.
he's got very good films. Leonardo DiCaprio, even Wolf of Wall Street. Like, as much as it is a bit of a wacky film and whatnot, and when I say wacky, I mean in terms of the, paraphernalia, the
Have you heard of
antics and
Jordan
whatnot.
Belfort? Like, you watched one of his interviews.
Yeah.
He acted that well.
Even Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
Oh, like those
I haven't
two
seen the guy he played in real life, but that Jordan Belfort guy, he's spot on with that.
to the
But,
T.
Back to Gladiators 2.
Gladiator 2, first take on it,
What
let's
are your,
just say,
initial thoughts,
yeah, I was going to say rate out of 10. Or actually, since we're doing movies,
Yeah.
out of 5 stars, what are you going to give it?
I can give a score of what I feel like it is in the film landscape today, and then I can do what it is in general.
Okay, go on.
So today it's a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
In general, 2.8
Damn!
out of 5.
That's harsh.
Nah, still.
That's harsh.
Okay.
For me
Well,
personally,
okay, say your one.
For me personally, in a landscape of films that are coming out like recently, I'm damn near giving it a 4.5.
Yeah.
Mainly because a lot of the films that have been coming out, it's only recently, and I think I said this the last time we did a film review when we did Blink Twice, I think.
Yeah.
Cinema's getting better and cinema's coming back alive again because
It's trying to at least,
yeah, it's trying to, but it's putting up a damn good effort.
Yeah, it's worth going to the cinema these days.
Yeah, it's definitely worth going to the cinema these days. And that's why I would say 4.5. And then overall, I would give that film, I'd give it 4 stars.
Okay.
And do you understand? Should we start with the reason why I said 4 stars, or the reason why you said 2.8?
Let's start with positivity.
The reason why and you know, I'm gonna read off my letterbox review.
Yeah, go ahead,
because I just did it as a voice note and then whatever in it. But the reason why I gave it 4 stars, let me go back to mine. 4 stars. So I said, and I stand by every single word I said. I said, personally, I really like this film, and before I even go into why I like this film, I just wanted to give a big shout out to Tom Mucci to see his progress from being
Ends tax, fair enough, man.
And no, but it's no, it's not even just that, because he didn't have like a massive role in it, whatever. But anyways, onto the film. This was very good, and I'll definitely watch it again when it comes back on streaming services. I feel like it did the first movie justice in terms of what a sequel is supposed to be. Yes, build on some of the themes and the characters of the first Gladiator film, and then introduce your own subplot without losing the overall theme. And I guess I don't want to say adoption, but Gladiator 1 is the parent, Gladiator 2 is the child. There needs to be some relativity between the two, and I like the way that it kept it. And then I'd say it was great as well. The twist of Denzel made sense. It was fantastic, as well as ultimately I just really enjoyed this film. Like, it was a film that I watched and I was like, this is a good watch. I enjoyed. There wasn't too much about that film that I watched and I was
No, the stretch of the hater boy.
Man said, hold on. I need to get ready for some hating. That's crazy.
No, keep going, bro. You were flirting. I liked it, man.
No, like the film was good. It did like nothing. I don't.
Master! Keep going, man. Keep flowing, man. I'm ready to hate.
No, go ahead.
Alright, cool.
That's the reason.
When was
why
the last time you watched
it.
the first one?
I watched it early this year.
Yeah, man.
Early this year, I think.
It's the same thing, bro. But with Denzel.
Wait, so
Like, it's the same film, just with Denzel. Okay, you know what? Okay, when you watch the first one, right? The first one, what would you rate that out of 10? Or 5 stars, whatever?
I'd probably give it 4 stars. I think
films can't be the same level, man.
I think I did give it 4 stars, but the reason I gave it 4 stars was also because of the quotables.
Okay, that's 100%.
Like, are you not entertained?
You put that's in a Jay-Z song, one of his best songs. But yeah, okay.
Like, without the quotables, it's probably like a 3.
No,
3.5.
Stop. That's without the quotables. First of all, the charisma with Russell Crowe, that damn near turned to superstar. I don't feel
which I hear, and
I feel like Denzel is charismatic, but he's
the main guy didn't have that much charisma.
Not at
No
all.
way
Not at
near.
all. And I feel like when you have a series, right, that's playing so much on the themes as the first one, you can't give me a similar product.
Actually, wait.
And then he falls short of said A's product, if you get what I mean.
Instead of me giving it 4 stars, I'm giving it 3.5.
Which
but
one?
Go ahead. Number 2.
Number 2. So you're giving the first one 4 and then this one 3.5.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's kind of what my pro thing is. It's like,
Okay, cool.
this one, it's an enjoyable watch, but
Yeah.
it's not. The first thing is Joaquin Phoenix's performance in the first one. I hated that guy, bro.
Yeah.
I hated that. And I feel like Denzel matched that level.
Yes.
Like, Denzel was like...
But that wasn't his...
What's he cooking?
But that wasn't his... I don't know. Actually, it might have been. No,
and even then, I think Joaquin Phoenix, like, I thought he was a weasel. Like, he's up there with one of the most hated guys I've ever watched in the cinema. So he's like, his performance was amazing. I love the dad in what's his name? Marcus Aurelius.
Gladiator 1, yeah?
Yeah. I liked his performance. I liked the slave master's performance in terms of him like coming to terms with what he's doing.
Yep.
Like actually joining the good side, quote unquote. The fights were great. Who's the guy in Blood Diamonds, the black guy that's always like
I can't remember his name, but I know exactly who
everyone's performance was great in that film for me. And apparently, I don't think it was like, I think it was during the writer's strike or something. Someone fact check me on that, but I don't think the script was. I think it was a lot of like.
Oh no, it's been in the making for a while.
No, I'm saying the first one.
Oh,
I don't think like the script was that great. I think they were like freestyling.
No, the script wasn't, and that's what I liked about the second one, because in the first one it was very linear. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Joaquin Phoenix killed Russell Crowe's family.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Okay, cool, I'm going to kill you." Oh no, he said he had that vendetta in his mind, and then after killing his family, he basically exiled him to be a gladiator. And then through that,
put him into slavery.
And that's how he became a gladiator.
Yeah.
And then he worked his way up.
Yeah.
Basically fought everyone.
Yeah.
And then challenged the emperor himself.
Yeah.
Killed him, and then died as well.
So now that that's the ending of the first one.
Yes.
How the hell does the second one make sense?
The second one makes sense because at least this one it's the expansion of Rome, and to be fair with you, this is part of the downfall of Rome, of the Roman Empire, anyways. So cool. Pedro Pascal goes to a foreign land, invades, kills the wife of Marcus Aurelius' great-grandson.
Okay, can we figure out whose son is he actually?
He's Russell Crowe's son.
Okay, yeah. So he's not Marcus Aurelius's. Are they in the same bloodline? He can't be in the same bloodline.
He's my man's son.
No, because then the mother
is the daughter
is Marcus.
Is the daughter of Marcus Aurelius. So that's how they're linked.
Grandson. Okay.
Yeah. So I think it is the grandson. Yeah. So Pedro Pascal goes there, invades, takes those guys as prisoners, which makes sense. The vendetta's spewing, not against I don't want to say not against the twins who are in charge, but against Pedro Pascal, who's the
Similar to
general.
the first one, like he hates the person that kind of put him into slavery. The main
Exactly.
character, yeah.
Cool. And then in part of that, he's lost. It's like the prodigal son finally coming home and realizing who he is, which we didn't have in the first one. Yeah.
No, but who was he in the first place?
What do you mean? Russell Crowe or this new guy?
This new guy, because the Russell Crowe was a leader of men.
And
the whole point of him, the reason that I rated him so much was that he had his guys that he had built. Like you saw the first scene, and I feel like when you watch the opening scene where they're at war, and you see him just kill a bunch of guys. At first, you might feel, oh, this is just like trivial violence, but then you watch it, and you're like,
these are his men.
Exactly. Yeah. So then when they come back to help him in the end, it's like, okay, this pays off in a way, but then these guys like.
But then that's mirrored exactly the same way in the second one.
Well, who's his men?
His men are the gladiators. What do you mean? Because at first, remember, we see them take the piss out of him as the guy who eats monkeys because that he was basically doing what he needed to do to survive in order to basically pay for his freedom so we can go and kill Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
And then at the start, they're all taking the piss out of him. Well, then his natural born leadership, which comes from his father in the first one, starts to show. And then they start to have an affinity towards him. And it's like, yes, this guy is a leader of men. And that's why at the end, the final scene inside the Colosseum, the reason why that is so powerful is because it's like, the twins and Denzel had basically cooked up, well, actually, one of the twins, because the other twin died, but Denzel had basically cooked up that, yes, he will get what he wants, but we are also going to kill him.
Yeah.
But Denzel, yes, knows who he is, but doesn't know how much that he knows who he is, to the extent that, yes, we know who your father is, but we're not expecting him to have that same leadership and leader of men type of trait that his father did, mainly because he came from a foreign land. He's lost. He didn't know himself. Even when the mother came to the cell and he was like, that boy that you sent away long ago is long gone. But then he realized that, no, actually, it's not long, like, it's still in my blood. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So that's why it was very much so full circle in terms of, yes, at the start, it's similar themes in terms of, a war breaks out and there's some sort of enslavement and I guess vendetta and vengeance fueling something. However, there was a subplot because his feud wasn't with the Emperor. His feud was with Pedro Pascal, who also had a feud with the Emperor. And what would have happened, funny enough, if not for Denzel selling him out, he would have freed my man and then taken over as Emperor. And Marcus Aurelius' dream would have come to fruition either way. The only thing now is that it didn't happen the way that we expected it to. The Gladiator 1 was very much linear in that sense. Yeah. Because you could tell what was going to happen. The only thing that was a bit of a shock was that, okay, both of them died. Do you know what I mean?
So
But in this one, the shock is that not only did Pedro Pascal die, but his mother died too.
I just think, in terms of the lead actor, I don't know the guy's name, but I feel like he lived off.
Let me get his name up.
Because I think he's an Irish actor. I think he lived off of a lot of. I think Russell Crowe's name was Maximus. He lived off a lot of his clout for me in certain areas where I would have preferred a bit more charismatic, dramatic. Maybe not dramatic, but a bit more of a charismatic.
Paul Mescal,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would have wanted a bit more from him in terms of. And I know it's a tough task because that film damn near created a movie star. And I think today we don't, like, other than Timothy Chalamet, even him as well, like, who else?
Is like a star based off the back of a film,
like
right?
a movie star, like.
Yeah, I was going to say Tom Holland, but that's more of a superhero.
That movie star.
No, but I'm saying it's like, he's like a...
he did the Uncharted that flopped.
Yeah, so I heard about Uncharted.
Yeah, if Brad Pitt did that, that shit's gonna sell. I'll go watch that.
Double platinum, bro.
Exactly. So yeah.
Actually, that's very true because Timothy Chalamet, even the stuff he's doing, Dune. Yeah. But before that, he did. I don't know if it's called King or if it's called Edward, but you know what film I'm talking about, innit? Yeah. So I do hear
Willy
that.
Wonka as well. I don't think that did like.
I don't think it did as well as they thought it would.
Yeah.
But it's still Timothy Chalamet, so
he's still in that phase where it's like he just needs one, but
yeah.
No, for me, the charisma for his charisma is just that when it came to the climax, it was like I was more so interested to see how Denzel's plan played out rather than seeing him lead men. Like like him leading. Like, yes, he's the best fighter, but I wouldn't say he's necessarily the best. He didn't give me the best leader vibes.
But don't you think that's intentional in terms of shifting it away from just the Gladiator alone? Because in the first one, I don't think
the Gladiator should exist in the first place. Because with the first one, no, like I like the concept, but I'm saying the first one ended so well that I was like, surely we can't keep doing this.
Yeah, like it went like 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's like watching. It's like watching. Like, there's been no El Clasico on the levels of Messi and Ronaldo. So, like, obviously, it's like, why we do keep like that? And you know that period when it was just dead. Like, obviously, this last one was pretty decent, but I was like, it has to be
before it.
It's like, not band for band anymore. It's like,
like those COVID Clasicos.
They happened. I mean, I thought we just stopped football. I mean,
bro, like,
there was no Ballon d'Or handed out that year. So I mean,
bro, no, I do get what you mean, but I feel like
I just wanted it to end.
But that's the reason why it makes sense as a sequel. If that was the first, if that was the first Gladiator, if the first Gladiator had a similar plot as the second Gladiator, it wouldn't be as iconic or as great or as fondly remembered as everyone plays it out to be. And that's because the first one was very much so focused on the gladiator himself. The second one, yes. And this is the job of a sequel. The job of a sequel is a part 2. It's a continuation and an expansion.
Yeah, but
whilst, remaining in the same themes as the first one, creating your own themes, whether that is to lay the basis for a further sequel and now becoming a franchise, or just to have a alternative not timeline, but like alternative themes whilst relating to the original theme.
What's the themes you enjoyed of this one?
The themes was that I liked seeing the, not only, I don't want to say character development, but the character evolution of Paul Mescal, in sense where, no.
I don't know what you're seeing, man.
In the sense
from the start to the finish, he's the same guy to me.
No. But the thing is, it's not like I'm saying.
It's just now that he has his dad's clout.
It's not like I'm saying he was here and now he's here. And it's subtle in terms of him not just going for vengeance, but him knowing that it's something deeper. And that's why at the end, when he united both, where he basically stopped a Roman civil war and united both forces to go and basically live out Marcus Aurelius' dream. I don't
feel like he did any. I think he just happened to be there. Like, I feel like there was 2 storylines happening.
Yeah.
The Denzel one where he's creating civil war and unrest in the Roman government, and then this Gladiator. And they just so happen that he's the owner of him.
But then there's also.
So I don't really see him. To me, the agency of
Denzel.
No, what's his name? Pedro
Pascal.
No,
Paul Mescal.
Paul Mescal, yeah. His agency in the film, it felt like things were happening to him. Whereas with Russell Crowe's one, because he was doing so, like, he was a general lieutenant, whatever.
General.
He was a general. Then he was sold into slavery. He could still fight. He did that. He was on vengeance. Him and his men went to go fight. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, I could see because it's in his character to do something like that. But with this new guy,
he was a warrior at the start.
Yeah.
Got not only did he witness his woman being killed, but then was captured by the Romans, was taken into slavery out of his own you know what I mean? He was enslaved, captured. This is someone who, when now coming in as a gladiator, bear in mind, there are brothers that are like 7 foot tall around him, all that type of stuff. He has now gotten a name for himself as someone who bites monkeys and eats monkeys or whatever. And everyone in Rome is already looking at these gladiators like they're worthless, they're trash, they're prisoners of war. They're there for our entertainment. They're not here to inspire. They're not here to do anything other than feed our blood-hungry entertainment. That's all it is. And then we see him go from that to being now someone where it's like, I'm going to the Gladiators I'm going to the Colosseum to see this guy. And then when it came up to him fighting, let me land. When it came to him fighting the general, he then pleaded to the Roman cause and was like, this is how they treat your generals. Is this what you guys are going to... He was the one that sparked the riots in Rome, that everyone was burning stuff. Even the twins were like, what the hell's going on? And then that further allowed Denzel to come between them amid all that ruckus and whatnot to then conspire. And then it also, even with in between that, you had the shift of him wanting vengeance and wanting Pedro Pascal's head to now saying, okay, I know it's not Pedro Pascal. Do you know what I mean? He's not the enemy here. I've now evolved. My character's now evolved from that hatred that has kind of, fueled me all the way up to this point. Now I understand it's something deeper. And whilst he was being enslaved, like whilst he was in his cell and whatnot, because remember, he was kept away from all the other guys. It was him in a cell. He was able to mull over the fact that, you know what, like, I do remember my father. My father's dream that was passed down to him is still alive through this general. Remember they had that talk in the Colosseum before I think the Roman Empire started to throw arrows at him and kill him. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's that realization, and then now from going from there to then basically escaping and trying to kill the emperors and whatever, to then uniting the whole of Rome. If that's not character development or character evolution, I don't know what is.
No, I think we just have different perspectives.
He's gone from someone who's worthless or deemed worthless by the people to someone who's now been seen as a saint by the people.
Yeah, I disagree with what you just said completely. Because, like, for me, what I disagree with is that you're forgetting one key element.
Go ahead.
His mother was really the one making things happen. It wasn't, to me, in the story, he didn't really I felt like her plot in terms of Denzel, I feel like this is very much a Denzel movie, but he didn't get enough time for it to be his movie. Because I feel like what really sparked the riots was seeing his mother die, and then everyone was like, oh, she's royal. Oh.
No. Like, his mother died after the riots.
No, it was like when they were in the Colosseum, remember?
Yeah, that was after the riots.
What riots?
You know when everyone started burning stuff and when I say everyone, I mean the civilians. And then they started fighting with like some of the soldiers outside in the courts.
The mother died. Then the shorter brother killed the taller brother.
That was before.
No, I could have been before.
It was before.
No, I could have.
It was before because when the riots happened, it was after the mother's husband, so Pedro Pascal, died.
Yeah, but again, that's to my point. I feel like the mother trying to start the coup.
She didn't even try to start the coup.
No, like she was trying to get rid of the two.
No, she wanted her husband to be out of military service. And he wanted to dethrone them. He was saying to the wife, like, look, it's the last time I'm going to war for them, all that type of stuff. That was kind of my
problem, that it was kind of similar to the first film in terms of Russell Crowe and the same woman wanted to dethrone Joaquin Phoenix's guy. Yeah. And then you see the same plot happening in this one, only the main character isn't leading that. So it's like, okay, cool. He has no power over that. But it feels like when Denzel says, when she dies, it's time to eat type thing. Yeah. When he said that, it made me think, but then what about our main character? Like, what's he...
But that's what makes it so good.
Like, he's kind of just the... He feels more like a body,
like a pawn, as opposed to anything more valuable.
I don't want my lead in a film to be a pawn. Like, but that doesn't really move me.
But you see, that's the reason why I enjoyed the film so much, because he transitioned from being a pawn to almost an activist in the eyes of the Roman civilians.
They hanging his name in the rafters, man.
They are 100%. They are, and that's
you can't put him and Maximus on the same rafters. Nah,
obviously it's different, but he is still someone who enacted change in Rome. If he was
Sanchez on the same rafters, man. We appreciate what you were, but
listen.
Stay on the same level.
If he was Sanchez and who?
Sanchez and Henry, man.
Look, that's just ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But if he wasn't that guy, or that figure that I'm saying him out to be, there's no way he would have united those two armies at the end. There's no way.
I think they just wanted carnage, man.
What?
I think they just wanted carnage. I don't think they were just there to fight.
And exactly. So if he wasn't that much of a leader, that much of someone...
But you're saying like they were Bloods and Crips, and then he's the force.
They were riding out to be that. They were riding out, and it was like, "Yo, we're gonna meet you there." And it was Denzel's army.
I don't know. For me, we could agree to disagree, but I just felt like he just happened to be there, and then this whole plot happened.
I think it's more than that, because even where you see him coming into his character and coming into his own in the, I don't know what they call it, but let's just say in the barracks with the other gladiators. When you see him coming into his own and taking more of a leadership role, especially when and one scene that was very pivotal in my eyes was when he started to embody Maximus from number one, when it was that thing that they had to do where they were on a ship And before they actually went out to the crowd and, you know, on the boat, the way he was leading the men, that motivational speech that he gave, it was like at the start, no one rated you. Like, you know what I mean? You were what the people saw you as. A foreigner who lost in battle and now is here for our entertainment. He's worthless. Do you know what I mean? He's not even worth our coins. Remember when they were riding them through the city and they were throwing lettuce and all those things that... Do you know what I'm trying to say? To go from that and also being picked on and taken the piss out of by your own gladiators in a very short time to now becoming the leader of men, the ones that are going... He's the one inspiring us.
I don't think they'll go to war for him. I think they just wanted to write him.
They went to war for him because at the very end, that's how you see them go to war for him. When you saw Tom Mucci doing, bro, like it's
keep your heads tucked.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, I really enjoyed that film.
It was worth watching, but for me, it wasn't like compared to the first one. It was like,
obviously, but
did we need a sequel?
But you know,
it was nice, but like,
but then that's a parameter that we can't ever, I mean, weigh up when we're thinking or reviewing a second film or a third film, because nothing is ever going to really be as good as the original.
Okay,
or especially when it's so long after. No, when it's so long after and it's something as iconic as the Gladiator, where quotables also come into it and quotables add to the superstardom of Russell Crowe, it is definitely going to be harder for the sequel to be, you know, deemed better than.
No, but I feel like if you have a perfect sentence and you put a full stop to it, you don't need to keep going on. Like, if you've made your point, you've told the story you want to tell,
and now you
can leave it there. Like, if the next story isn't gonna be as good or better, then
but then the second sentence.
No, but you've said
the second sentence can aid to the overall quote or the overall paragraph.
No, but then it's like, if Russell Crowe died so that there will still be gladiators and then there still be the same corruption, it's like, died for nothing.
No.
What did he die for?
No,
but what did he die for?
No, I understand in the first film it's seen as he died for nothing.
Because I feel like the first film, it was like, this gladiator stuff is barbaric. Like that was kind of the good side. So like Russell Crowe, the wife, that they were looking at it like, I don't really think we should be doing this. And I feel like when he died, and especially Joaquin Phoenix's guy, he was like very much like, oh yeah, I decide who lives and dies. I have control. It goes back to our manager thing about being a neat. Like, he was not going to be on the battlefield, but he'll be deciding who lives and dies, and you better bow down and all that stuff. But for me, with the second one, it was like the same. It was like the same power, the same problem with the first one, with the kind of not dictator, but the emperor not really thinking about the people and stuff. If nothing's changed, then Russell Crowe died for nothing. Really.
It was exaggerated in the second one in terms of the levels of corruption and all that type of stuff. But and this is why I'm saying it aids to the original.
No, but it makes the happy ending of the first one sad now, because like.
And it was sad.
No, but
based off of this storyline, it was sad.
It was but it was like bittersweet. It was like, oh, he died, but at least he left with like a better world, hopefully. Like, at least they've learned the error of the ways. Let's stop doing this. But now it's like...
But really and truly...
If it kept going, then it's like, oh, so...
Really and truly...
He died for nothing.
No. Really and truly, it wouldn't have... The perception after the death isn't that, yes, his death has now marked a turning point or a canon event for Rome.
No, but like... Okay.
Because there's no one to enact that change. Now in the second one, he hasn't died...
If the emperor's died, then surely... There's a power vacuum now.
Yes.
You should hopefully, if you're not gonna, that's what I'm saying, it's a bittersweet thing, because it ended, even though they died, it ended on a note like, okay, the evil has died, even though our heroes died, the evil has died, and now we can get a new emperor. Mm-hmm. But then if it's just another bad emperor, it's like, oh.
No, but this is what I'm saying.
Now it's just a sad ending. No. But it's not even bittersweet, it's just bitter.
It goes to show, like, it's like, how can I say it? It goes to show how deep the corruption is in Rome, or how deep this evil mentality and mindset is within Rome. If in the first one, when Russell Crowe tried to I'm just gonna say, enact this Marcus Aurelius dream and abolish the system and break the wheel, he ended up dying, and so did the emperor. And it should be a thing where it's like, yes, off the back of that, we should learn our lesson, but we don't. because there's a power vacuum.
Yeah.
If Russell Crowe had lived and then they had done Gladiator 2 in the same way, then I would have been like, what the hell was the point of the first one? However, because there is a power gap off the back of Gladiator 1.
I should have even said power gap, because the what's it called? Who are the people that are for the people? What were they?
The Senate.
Yeah, the Senate, they were still alive.
Yep. Bro.
So really and truly, they should have
But they're politicians.
That second film, now you just reminded me.
Bro, they're politicians. What do you want them to do? They're not going to be the emperor.
Think about our like society now, right? Imagine we had like King Charles was just messing up. We put the government in power.
Yeah.
Like there's a period where we can actually choose our next. It's either we pick someone from us, or we put the government in power. We put the government in power, they're just as bad, if not worse, than.
But here's the difference.
In the space of like a year, 10 years,
it's not like that.
That you were alive for the first.
It's not like that in Rome. It's not like that in Rome.
In terms of what do you mean?
Marcus Aurelius' dream was to have it run like a government where people are elected and the people actually have a say.
But technically speaking,
in ancient Rome, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. It was the emperor, and then the Senate is more so advising.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I said that full stop.
That's
why I said that full stop thing, because then it makes it. Because the beauty of the first film is that Marcus Aurelius chose his champion, and then hopefully his champion died for his dream. But then if his dream just didn't work out, then it's like, oh.
His dream didn't work out because of how deep the corruption and evil in Rome was. Bro,
maybe they should have focused more on the maybe we should focus more on the politics of this film.
And this is what the second film did.
Nah, I don't think so, man. I don't think so.
How?
I don't think
you saw the dealings you saw the way in which Denzel, just by doing his sneaky dealings and by doing all started from a very small wager.
Yeah.
With the other guy, I can't remember his name.
Really that important.
But no, he was important. Not necessarily in the plot of the film, but he was important in the landscape of Rome. Just from a small wager, how he built. The wager got higher and higher and higher. Now he's indebted to Denzel, and he used that to project himself into a position of power, and then commit treason to essentially take over Rome. And it's things like that had basically been happening in ancient Rome for like the last, you could even say 7-8 generations. That's what I'm getting at. And that's what makes this overall paragraph amazing, because yes, that first sentence, Gladiator 1, is like, yes, we want Marcus Aurelius' dreams to succeed. We want it to thrive. It's a new dawn for Rome. And so we thought. However, there are flaws in that first sentence that the second sentence exposes.
So what were the flaws?
That it doesn't matter about if you have a good dream or not. Look, words... it's fickle at that time. You can have a dream, whatever, but it takes someone who holds and understands that dream to actually enact the change. And in the first one, there was no one left to do that, because
the Senate should have.
But bro, this is what you're not understanding.
I don't know what happened to the Senate. Maybe I missed something in the film.
I'm saying it's more so about the state of Rome as itself. The Senate don't believe in the. It's not I don't believe in the dream, but it's not. It's more than just believing in the dream. You have to. It's like the Senate know the dream, they don't believe in it. You have to believe and have a full embodiment of the dream.
The main Senate guy did. The main Senate guy. He understood it, like, because remember he was speaking to Russell Crowe and stuff. The main one.
yes, but again, it's one man.
No, but like, it's a Senate, so they're meant to have a philosophy, and then as they keep electing people, they bring people in with the same.
However, due to
I need to watch that second film again to find out what happened to the Senate, because I feel
due to the climate of the Senate, they all save their own skin. They are corrupt. They are conniving. They are backwards.
This was meant to be a new one. That's the point.
And that's what makes it so good, because it feeds into the overall.
I think what we're disagreeing on is that I don't understand how these two twins were able to be the monarchs of the country when it should be. If it was, I would agree with you 100% if it was a Senate corrupted plot. But because it wasn't, and it was just another monarch who's just as bad as Joaquin Phoenix,
and I'm not even saying this to take the piss, I think you need to watch the second one again.
Nah, man.
No, I think you do. Because what I'm saying is,
I feel like there's too many parallels.
The same way in which Denzel was able to connive himself into the Senate.
I'll be happy with that if that was the Senate, but it's just those two guys. Once he took out the brother,
then he controlled.
He had Rome basically.
Exactly.
No, but with a Senate, you would need like a good Okay,
And,
there was
what you're gonna say is part of Marcus Aurelius' dream. He didn't want it to
that's
be.
not what I was gonna say. Like there was that, you know, when they had that little meeting, because the guy is saying that Denzel manipulated.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they had that meeting, I guess maybe that was the Senate, but it's like, no, there's two guys who have the power, and then the rest of you are just advisors. No, but the problem is a Senate is meant to be like we have in Parliament, where, yeah, you might have a prime minister, but everyone's votes and everyone
Exactly.
But I don't feel like there was that. I feel like it was just another dictatorship.
Exactly.
No, but I don't think you should just. I don't think that makes sense. Then
How doesn't it make sense?
Why make the second film if you're just gonna show another dictatorship?
Because then it feeds to the overall climate of Rome at the time, which is that the corruption is deeper than what it seems.
So then, but then it's like, what did we fight for in the first one?
In the first
We were just fighting to fight.
No. In the first one, we wanted Russell Crowe to be the one to enact that change, and so did the people. But unfortunately, he died. And we thought, when Russell Crowe died, so did Marcus Aurelius' dream. Rome was never going to change. But it was only going to get worse and worse and worse.
That's where we disagree. That's where this dream was meant to be born, because there's no one.
No,
but who was left? Who was the rotten apple left?
Bro, the rotten This is my point.
Yeah.
We think the rotten apple is just the emperor. It is not.
So
it's Rome itself.
So you're just saying they're damned as a people.
That's essentially what they were.
No, that's horrible. That's horrible.
And that's perfectly depicted in the second one because of how I'm thinking of the word. How much of tyrant or tyrants the twins are.
Okay, so if they were to make a third one, how would that work?
If they were to make a third one...
It would just be another dictator.
No. If it was to make a third one, now we're seeing Paul Mescal being the one to enact the change. That's what we're seeing. Or we'll see how it went wrong, how now they've elected a Senate. If they made a third one, and it's exactly the same as the second one, I'd say this third film is absolute trash because it doesn't follow what should have happened.
Okay. You're one film behind me then. Because that's how I feel. Cool.
You know when you try to
you get exactly what I'm saying, but you're waiting for the third one.
And honestly, bro, wait, when was the last time you watched the first Gladiator?
I was the day before the second one, so it was fresh in my head.
Nah, you need to watch the second one again. You need to watch the second one again, and don't focus so much on the main Gladiator, because that's not what the film is.
That's also my biggest issue, but
that's not what the film is solely about. That's why I said it was great in terms of what a sequel is supposed to do. A sequel it's never, in my eyes at least, and my understanding of, film and whatever, sequels aren't supposed to be this thing that then leads on to a franchise normally.
But it's meant to continue and add on to the story.
Yes.
And sometimes recontextualize what we thought in the first one.
Yes. And it's not supposed to be like, the sequel isn't going to go on to then become like the Fast and Furious of Gladiators. And do you know what I mean? It's not sequels. It's usually just part 2.
Yeah.
Maybe if there's part 3, if it makes sense. And obviously if there's budget and all that type of stuff. What you just said, a sequel is supposed to do what?
Add to the story.
Add to the story. And you said something else.
Recontextualize the first one.
Recontextualize the first one.
Yeah.
This second film added to the Gladiator story to say that it is not just the one man that is the bad apple. It is more of a deeper political Roman issue, and that's where the corruption is coming from. Now you're saying the second point is to recontextualize the theme in the first one. Or what do you say? Recontextualize what?
Oh, like things in the story, maybe.
Things in the story. Yeah. Cool. What the second one did was recontextualize not only how we see Marcus Aurelius, not only how we think Marcus Aurelius' dream should go, because in the first one we see it as like, okay, after the death, things should be great because people should learn the lesson. Wrong. Putting into context how bad Rome is and how deep the corruption is, because we thought that the emperor was the worst of the worst. Which, to be fair with you, in the first one, the focus was on how bad the emperor was. In the second one, it wasn't the focus on how bad the emperors were in terms of the twins. It was more so how bad the political state of Rome is, how fragile it is, how in Rome is based off of greed, corruption, and just hunger for blood and chaos. And that is why we were able to see Denzel rise so quickly from just being the master of gladiators to now being the single most powerful person in Rome, damn near basically becoming an emperor. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And the most important thing is the first 10 minutes of the film sets you up for that because of the text where it's basically saying the generation after and Rome has now gotten out of control. It's damn near on the verge of the Roman Empire, mainly because of how unhappy the people are, how hungry they are, and also this is factual as well. What I'm about to say, when Rome as an empire were expanding and expanding and expanding, they started to increase the taxes. Yeah. The people were going hungry, and they had constant conflicts with like someone like the borderlands, like basically, I'd say probably going far to like Croatia and Persia, like those type of sides, because they had expanded so much to there. And bear in mind, it's Rome that's controlling it all. All the conflicts that were happening on the little borderlands and the border tribes, they were causing them to send people there, go and help that cause, help this cause, help that cause and by doing that, neglecting the people in Rome. Okay. And now because of that, tyrants were able to rise up and become emperors. And because of that, and not even because of that, that was able to be done because of the corruption of the Senate. Bear in mind, these are the people that are like, oh yes, we think we should do this or we think we should do that. They're all serving themselves. When you see in the second film, they're all serving themselves.
Okay, I've got 2 questions for you. 2 questions. Right.
Go ahead.
The first one is, so was Marcus Aurelius in the first one just wrong? Flat out wrong?
What do you mean?
Like, was he just, like, like, as you said, everything you just said, if it was just going to happen again, was he just wrong in terms of his philosophy? Like, that we need a leader like Russell Crowe, like Maximus.
Then enact his dream? Yeah. No, he's not wrong.
So you believe that is possible?
It is possible because that's what we have now.
No, I don't know.
In terms of a government, that's what Marcus Aurelius wanted. He
wanted
a government, not a
at the
dictatorship.
end of the first one, that's my only qualms with what you're saying is that why didn't that happen? Like,
because
like there was like literally at the end of the first one, there was literally no like, I get what you're saying in terms of there can be the evil people, quote unquote, can just come in and take hold of the power vacuum.
Yeah,
but theoretically, the people had the choice to put the right person in place. So how did they mess that up again? So is my only question.
Marcus Aurelius died in the first one.
Yeah, he died in the first one,
and Russell Crowe died in the first one.
Yeah. So and Joaquin Phoenix died in the first.
And Joaquin Phoenix
so technically speaking, bad and good died, and the woman and the Senate were still there, who sided on Russell Crowe's side. So how did they mess that up again?
In that time, in ancient Rome, who the hell's going to listen to a woman? No one.
No, I'm saying, I'm saying the Senate, the male figure in the Senate.
If the male figure that understands Marcus Aurelius' dream and says, he's right, he's siding with a woman, you're not going to get far.
No, I'm not saying she's the figurehead. I'm saying he's the figurehead.
I know.
And he had there was no like royal blood, none of that. It was just him.
I hear that. I hear that. But like I said, it speaks to how deep the issue ran. It's not like it was just Joaquin Phoenix that was the bad apple and everyone else is level or everyone else is neutral. The entire climate of not only the Senate but Rome in itself.
I don't think in the first one they showed the Senate to be corrupt like that.
And that's why
on Joaquin Phoenix's level.
And that's why in the second film it was more so focused on the politics than it was on the emperor.
No, but it's just emperors again though. That's the thing in the second one.
What are you talking about?
As in the two twins are just emperors again.
Yes, but what I'm saying, but they're not focused on as much as Joaquin Phoenix was focused on in the first one.
But Joaquin Phoenix was kind of like the Anakin Skywalker of that film franchise. In terms
what the hell are you... English, please.
Oh, you ever watched Star Wars?
No.
He was meant to be... He's the son... Oh, God, no. That you should just throw me off. Because I thought you just got that reference. But he's meant to be the savior, but...
What, Joaquin Phoenix?
No, that's...
There's no way he was meant to be the savior.
No, that's throwing me off. I can't explain Star Wars to you. Cool. My overall point is that the son of the guy...
Marcus Aurelius?
Yeah. He's the problem. He's died at the end of the film. So
yes.
that's the problem dead in terms of his philosophy was completely opposite to Marcus Aurelius's.
Yes.
The Senate were in the best interest of the people, and theoretically Marcus Aurelius were okay with them.
They weren't. The Senate, once Joaquin Phoenix became emperor, the Senate were at his mercy. No, he was... Yeah.
But we can agree that philosophically they were different though.
Philosophically, yes, but at the end of the day, it's about whoever's in charge.
Yeah, okay.
You dare not admit that you're philosophically misaligned.
But once he died, they could have chosen their own path, right?
They could have potentially, if they found that there was a suitor, or if there was enough valiance, integrity, character, and enough that I'd actually believed in Marcus Aurelius' initial dream, not in just the fact that Joaquin Phoenix was a tyrant, because those were mutually exclusive. They were.
How were they mutually exclusive?
Because just because you believe this person is a tyrant doesn't necessarily mean that you believe that a country should be run by an entire democratic government.
No, but I don't think his point was necessarily a democratic government. It was more so in the best interest of the people. And
via giving power to the people's votes.
And you remember he had that, not necessarily
no,
that, it was more so...
votes, but like hearing
No,
people.
but my point is that he had that 3 things that... I can't remember what it was. It was like integrity, something. Like he had 3 morals that he liked in a leader, and his son didn't have any of them. He had like willpower and certain things, but he didn't have the things that Russell Crowe's character had. And that's what he was looking for in a leader. So my thing is, if the Senate guy knows that's what he's looking for, how did they end up fumbling it?
Because it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to believe it.
No, but he believed it. That's my thing. Maybe you told us the first one again.
No, but one... I know he was talking
there
about...
There was literally nothing in the
first
one.
One man isn't enough. And if it's...
But at the time when everyone's dead, it is enough.
No, it's not. And this is why I'm saying that the second film exposes just how bad politically the first one was.
No, but the way you're saying it is like they were damned anyway.
That's what the second one was.
So that means Marcus Aurelius was wrong.
Oh my God.
No, but how can you be right if they were damned anyway?
What do you mean?
If regardless there was always gonna be a tyrant coming up, then what's the point of dreaming then?
It's a dream.
No, but your dream is just wrong then.
How is your dream wrong?
Because it's never gonna happen. There's always gonna be someone bad to come then.
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
It's true. No, what I'm saying is true because
no,
at
it's
the
not.
end, it is because
it's not.
okay, let's say for example, my dream is that every
it's
true.
One second.
What are you gonna about the reason about him then?
Please.
That's all again.
Please. Just stand. You don't have to be on camera. I promise you. Stand here, please. Yeah. And we're gonna talk about this because have you watched Gladiator 2?
Oh, not yet.
No, what's the first one?
Yeah.
Okay,
cool.
that's fine.
Wait,
that's fine.
but that's irrelevant. Cool.
To the Marcus Aurelius point, it's fine.
If, for example, do you know what's a perfect example? Martin Luther King, because Martin Luther King had a dream. No. Because Martin Luther King had a dream.
That is a perfect example.
Yeah?
Go ahead.
So if someone or a leader, has a dream. Currently, the state of the politics, the state of the world.
Now use Martin Luther King to stick with that.
No, I'm gonna contextualize Marcus Aurelius' dream first, and then I'll circle back to Martin Luther King. Basically, the current state of, let's say, London, is that things are corrupt, the leaders are corrupt, and whatever, kind of is how it is now in London. But basically, whoever the prime minister, no, it's not even like a prime minister because we don't have a government at this stage. It's more so a king, and then the government are more so advisors. They're not how we see the government nowadays, right?
All right.
And the king is always, whoever the king is there's always some sort of corrupt or derogatory characters or evil. Basically, it's not good. And the government who are there, who are advising him, simply advising, are always looking after their own backs. These are greedy, conniving, bad dealing people, and that is the state of the people as well. It trickles down not only from the king and the Senate, but then now to the people. And the people is just like we're craving for something new, but we're used to the status quo. And the status quo is that we're always going to have a leader who is not necessarily going to do the best for the people. Now, someone who is a relative of the king or whatever has a dream where the king is no longer a tyrant, a dream where the politicians are fair and actually speak about the people, speak for the people, and with the people's best interests. Now, based on you having that dream, does that make you wrong if things are always going to be the same?
It's a stupid dream, innit, if you're always gonna have corruption.
It's not a stupid dream.
No, let them speak.
You can dream. It doesn't mean it's gonna become true though.
Thank you.
No, but aren't you wrong for your dream though? Like your dream's never gonna happen, so it's just wishful thinking.
You're not. Thank you.
Why is it not?
Yeah, but that's like me saying like,
Okay, like why? Okay,
No,
let's use the Martin Luther King example because you did actually use it.
Okay,
and
cool.
No, let me explain because the way you're just I don't know what you're doing to this guy. Martin Luther King believed that white people one day could stop being racist.
yeah.
Is it pointless if white people are always going to be racist?
No, it's not.
Why is it not? Why is it not?
Because that's the purpose of dreaming, innit? You hope.
Oh, so it's just like wishful thinking, but you don't actually believe it's gonna happen.
No, you do believe it. You just don't know when.
No, but it's wishful thinking because if it's never, no, I'm saying it's definitive. It's never gonna happen. Like we're saying definitively, it's never gonna happen.
Look,
so what's the point of you dreaming about it?
Because thing is,
Yeah, it gives you hope, innit? That gives you
Like if I
purpose.
believe, no, for example, if I dream this podcast is gonna go crazy one day,
Yeah.
but it's
Alright,
it's definitively
let's
never
change it.
gonna happen.
Let's change it. So
Then my dream is like it's wishful thinking. I'm just like
but
dreaming
let's put
for
it this
dreaming's
way, yeah.
sake.
So let's say I'm born in a poor country, whatever.
Yeah.
And everyone knows like I'm not gonna make it out of this country. I'm not gonna make it nowhere. Is that stopping me from working hard?
No, but you can make it out of the country.
No, I'm saying it's impossible.
But you're saying it's impossible. But if you can get across that border, it's possible. It is possible. If you can get across that border, it's possible.
Yeah, but you're basically saying don't dream.
exactly.
No, I'm saying if you tell me it's never going to happen,
Yeah.
then what is the point of dreaming?
No. Look, listen. And
That's my
let's go
point.
back to let's go back to
I'm saying I'm going back to the Martin Luther King thing. If we know white people are always going to be racist, why would you want to be in an equal playing field?
Now let me say something. Yeah, cool. With that dream, it's not even just about white people not being racist, but it's also about black people being treated as equals.
Yeah, but if it never happens, then what's the point?
Let me land.
Yeah.
The reason is a dream. Yeah. The reason why a dream is a dream and it's not a plan is because a dream is always up here. Yeah. We want this. This is ideal. This is what I would love.
Yeah.
Yeah. A dream now inspires plans.
Yeah.
To get close to that dream.
Yeah.
That's why after Martin Luther King had his dream,
Yeah.
people started to slowly realize and work out, and then
going back to Gladiator 2.
Let me land.
No, I agree with you. I'm saying going back to Gladiator 2, it never got back to that.
Let me finish. In Martin Luther King having his dream, he inspired other people who not only know his dream, but then believe his dream to then try and reenact that change. Now, take it back to Gladiator 2. Marcus Aurelius had that dream.
Yeah.
The one person who believed that dream, who he inspired and believed that dream with him, Russell Crowe, died. And so did Joaquin Phoenix. The only other two people you can even say who believed that dream, maybe not to the same extent as Russell Crowe, were his daughter, who was the mum in Gladiator 2, and the one person in the Senate. There was other Senate guys, yes, but he was the leader of them. Who knew about the dream, but it's not feasible because of the political state of Rome. And that's why in the second one, the only other person...
I don't know how you're not seeing the correlation between the Martin Luther King thing and the other one. I don't get it.
Bro, you're basically saying don't dream in it. That's what you're basically saying.
No, I'm saying
you're basically saying that if you have a dream...
No, but I'm saying with what your logic is of it's never going to happen. There's always going to be evil people. Then it's like, why dream then?
At the time. That's what the status quo was.
No, but I'm saying if... Like let's say for the political leaders after Martin Luther King, right? They weren't on his level in terms of greatness, if you want to rank them or whatever, but they still had their own way of starting to build change. And I think today we're in a better place than we were back then.
Because there were people alive that still believed the dream.
So were there not people alive in Gladiator 1?
No! Oh my goodness!
You just said the Senate guy was alive, so...
Alive, but
as long as there's one person there...
No, but he wasn't able to enact the change because the only other person...
Who was stopping him?
The fact that the only other person that believed with him was a woman.
No, I'm saying who stopped... who was his... If he wanted to do something, what stopped him?
The other members of the Senate.
No, but we didn't see any evil Senate leaders. They weren't in this second film. They weren't in the first film.
Oh.
No, who was the evil Senate leader in the first film? Who was the evil second? No,
I'm not saying. Listen to what I'm
No,
saying.
I'm talking about paying off in the sequel because what you're saying isn't wrong necessarily, but I disagree with you in terms of who was the second in the second film. Who was
the one who was in debt to Denzel?
He wasn't in the first film.
No,
he could have. No. Yeah, that's my point. So what was stopping the first guy? No, stick with me. Who was stopping the first guy from enacting his plans? Everyone was dead.
The environment of what Rome was like you need to see.
So the culture was
bigger picture.
The culture was automatically rotten. Then
So
there's never going to be change in Rome. That's my point.
That's what it was getting at, and that's why Marcus Aurelius' dream was so important, and it seemed like it had faded.
My thing is the reason why I believe you're wrong is because everybody who could have been in that Senate guy's way was dead. It was only him. So the fact that nothing happened, then
We're not going to agree.
Guys, let us know who you think is right, because I think I've just explained. I think I've finally like gotten to this guy, but I don't know.
No,
I don't think
it's not even.
I don't think he wants to be wrong, man.
No. It's not even about me not wanting to be wrong. You're not seeing the bigger picture.
What is the bigger picture?
You're seeing it for in this film that this happened, in the second film that happened, but you're not understanding the link between the second film and what was not shown in the first film. That's what I'm getting at.
I can only go off what I'm shown. No. Like if, for example, if they said it verbatim in the, that little title thing that caught us up.
Said what verbatim?
What you're saying, I'll hear it.
They basically did.
Say exactly what they said.
I can't recall exactly what they said.
Okay, just give me that.
Essentially,
I remember, so just say it.
Basically, in that little opening scene credits thing, they were basically saying that the corruption had grown in Rome, and it had gotten to a point where Rome was on a what do you call it? Basically at a knife edge in terms of the fact that they had seen countless emperors and just corruption in Rome.
Yeah.
And that it was very fragile.
But
that Marcus Aurelius' dream had been something of a past. There'd basically been no one left that believes this dream, basically.
But I think that's poor in sense of how could they've okay, imagine that another team has had. Imagine another, let's say there's two football teams. One team there's red cards everywhere. It's only the goalkeeper. And then there's R9 there. How did R9 not score?
It's not R9 though.
No, but
it's not R9 though.
Everyone who was against that Senate leader, everyone who could have stopped him in the first film was dead.
No.
Who was in the end of the first film, who was the highest power we saw?
The Senate.
Correct. Okay, cool. The second film, we saw the twins. My thing is that how did the corruption get so bad that the good Senate that the film portrayed ended up that's my only problem.
Because it speaks to the fact that it's not as surface level as we once thought in Gladiator 1.
I get that. We'll get that. So that means they were rotten then?
Yes.
So they weren't. So
the people in Rome were rotten.
That contradicts what I'm saying then.
How?
They can't be rotten and then the good Senate. Do you get what I mean?
This is what I mean. There's someone who, yes, believed in the dream. Yes, this could happen. This is good.
Yeah.
But he didn't believe in it the same way that Russell Crowe did, or the same way that.
So yours.
Let me land.
I get what you're saying.
Russell Crowe did, or Marcus Aurelius did, and he wasn't the one alone that was going to be able to enact change in Rome at the time, due to how deep rooted this corruption and evil and basically, I guess, anti-Marcus Aurelius, the system was.
Yeah, okay, I get what you're saying. Like, I still think if that's the case, then don't make that second film then. Because then it makes the first film feel like, why are we fighting if there's just gonna be corruption again?
No, because it then
makes it better. What? Don't tell me you're gonna say it makes it better.
The overall message that you can take from Gladiator 1 and Gladiator 2.
Okay, my only question is, how does Gladiator 2 make you appreciate Gladiator 1 more?
Because you get to understand that although it may seem like things are as easy as one man having a dream, another man believing it, chasing it to the extent of killing the emperor, and him dying and leaving his hope in a Senate leader and a wife to reenact this change, Gladiator 2 exposes that how far or how deep rooted the evil and corruption in Rome. It went further than we even thought. It went further than surface level. It's more than just getting rid of an emperor. It's more than just having, I guess, one person in the Senate. It's now down to someone to actually inspire the people and actually have someone alive who believes this dream to almost the extent that, the original Marcus Aurelius did to enact this change. And even then, it might not necessarily be it's not going to be a quick fix or whatever, but it's something that it shows that it's deeper than rap.
Okay, so Gladiator 3, they announced Gladiator 3. What would you expect for that movie?
If Gladiator 3 was said to be done, I'd expect it to be where either we see Paul Mescal 10 years later as Emperor of Rome or whatever, and he's living out Marcus Aurelius' dream, and there's some sort of, I'd expect it to then probably point towards the collapse of the Roman Empire. Or we'd see it past Paul Mescal, where, yes, things are now as a government, and it's not just like a dictatorship from the point of view of a sole emperor and then the Senate to advise. Now the Senate have power. They've given power to the people, but there's still a bit of corruption. That's the only two ways I'd ever see Gladiator 3 going.
So, like, for me, if I saw in a third film corruption, I'll be pissed off. That's my opinion.
Yeah, you'll be pissed off. But then again, one thing you have to realize is that you can only carry Gladiator as long as the Roman Empire exists.
Maybe that's my overall point. The Roman Empire didn't get better after Gladiator 1, so why make Gladiator 2? That's my overall point.
Then I don't know.
No, because if you know the story, then you know it's just gonna end bad. So like, let's just end it on the happy ending. But then there's no greater high than the first one. What's the greater high that? Because we agreed that he's not more charismatic than the other guy. So what?
That doesn't necessarily mean that there isn't a greater high.
What's the greater high?
In Gladiator 1, we didn't see a united Rome. In Gladiator 2, we did.
No, we did. We did.
Okay.
We did.
All right, buddy.
You didn't see them shouting Maximus' name? That's United, man. Sorry, man. They would have. Oh, nah. You're wrong on that one.
I'm wrong.
You're wrong on that one. You're wrong on that one. But let's update this.
It's one to love someone who's an activist and give him his flowers and parade him in the street because now he's dead. This is the one person who we loved and who was a legend, but he didn't unite the two sides. He got the love of the people, but he did not unite the two sides. In Gladiator 2, we very vividly see Paul Mescal unite the army of Denzel, the corrupt army, and the army that are left is the trickles of Russell Crowe. It's the trickles of that because it's the general's people. It's Pedro Pascal's people who he's aligned to. We see him unite those two and cheer and say, yes, we believe in this ideal. In Gladiator 1, that was not the case. It was more so believing in the man and loving the man as opposed to believing and loving the ideal or the ideology.
For me, what you're saying theoretically would work more if he gave a bit more speeches, but I don't feel like the people would listen to every word of what's the guy's name?
Paul Mescal.
Yeah, I don't think they would like that.
And the reason...
I just didn't see enough of that performance for your hypothesis. I would agree with it in the sense of the film kind of showed some of those, but the performance just wasn't... But like, he felt very much like a good fighter who at that point happened to be around a revolution rather than the leader that would have led that revolution. Do you get what I mean? Like, for example, Judas and the Black Messiah, right?
Yes.
When you watch that film, Fred Hampton, you felt like he was a leader, but this guy, it felt like he just happened to be in that story. I wouldn't really say that he was a better leader or he was a better leader and could enact change that Russell Crowe couldn't have.
In this film, it's not about, like, okay, in Gladiator 1, who are the two main characters?
Joaquin Phoenix and Russell Crowe. Or Maximus and whatever the guy was saying.
So the Emperor and the Gladiator.
Yeah.
In Gladiator 2, who are the two main characters? Or three?
Or, yeah, I guess it's Denzel, the
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, I guess so, but...
And Paul Mescal.
He dies in like the second act, so it's not...
No, but he's still the main character because he's still the original antagonist.
Yeah, he's the original antagonist, but then
they
use him kind of as like a bait, and then they switch it a bit. But
but so those are the three main characters. In Gladiator 1, it's about the people.
Yeah.
In Gladiator 2, it's about the ideology. Because in Gladiator 2, we see that the ideology didn't speak for itself in Gladiator 1. In Gladiator 1, it was more so Russell Crowe. People fell in love with Russell Crowe.
Okay.
People fell in love with Maximus. The people fell in love with Maximus.
What did you say his speeches in the Colosseum helped them to fall in love with him?
yes, but that's not what. It's not. That isn't enough to enact or to start change or start the revolution.
Okay.
In Gladiator 2, it's
Yeah.
more so about the ideology, and what has gone against the ideology is the state of the Senate, is the
So-
state of Rome politically, and that's why there was much more of a focus on the people like Denzel
Yeah.
and the other characters in the Senate than there was about the two
So
twins.
what did the main guy do to enact that philosophy? Because I agree with that, but what would his
I would say he himself.
in terms of like what did he
Was. I
directly
think
do?
he was more so just an embodiment of that, or he was the messenger basically. He was the messenger.
So he wasn't the guy who had the philosophy. He was more so
He believed in it,
I
and
doubt
he was the messenger, and he was the
disagree
one
with
that was able to unite the two. I don't like.
no, but then
I don't
know.
understand how you can't see that.
No, but I feel like that's you kind of have you could put anyone in that position then. That's my thing. It's not he doesn't really feel as though he did
Because it's not about him. In the second film, it's not about him.
yeah, but I just think it just feels like it was just bound to happen and he just happened to
It
be
wasn't
there.
bound to happen. It wasn't, because if not for him, that never. If not for Paul Mescal,
Okay.
if he didn't exist and they just made Gladiator 2, it would have been about Pedro Pascal
Okay.
maybe running away and going against the Emperor of Rome, or
Okay,
killing the Emperor of
no,
Rome.
let's keep the plot. Okay, so they keep doing the gladiator stuff.
Look, let's
No,
wrap
let
it up,
me
'cause
just
look,
let me say my final point.
We're going
Let
over.
me say my final point, because let's say Pedro Pascal, he tried to do the coup thing, it failed. The two twins, kept on doing their stuff. Denzel manipulated the guy. He gets into the Senate. He talks into one of the twins' ear. He gets that one killed. He eventually starts a coup of himself with his slaves that he owns, because he can find a good slave or whatever. He finds another good slave. He then gets a big fight to happen. He tells that slave, you know what, do something crazy to get the people going. He does something to get the people going. He slits the other guy's throat. Same thing that happened in the second one.
It's not the same thing at all. At all.
What changes?
I haven't got enough time to break it down to you.
Alright,
again,
cool. Let's
but
update the playlist then.
That's crazy. That's
It definitely
absolutely
isn't.
crazy.
It definitely
No, it
isn't.
definitely is.
Let me add
because
Lufa
the reason why it's crazy-
playlist. No, you said we're over. So
No, the
let's
reason
go.
why it's crazy is because it just shows how two people can watch the same film completely differently. If you guys like that, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to be up to date with all of our releases. And tune into the whole episode now on Spotify and Apple.
We